Anita Blond was born Shannon Eves on May 25, 1975, in Budapest, Hungary. Her birth name reflected her Hungarian heritage, but later she would adopt the stage identity Anita Blond, a name that would become synonymous with 1990s European glamour. Growing up in Budapest during the 1970s and 1980s, Anita's childhood unfolded in a society that was still under socialist rule, yet increasingly influenced by Western styles and culture. Budapest was a city of contrasts: on one side, traditional architecture, quiet neighborhoods, and remnants of strict communist-era restrictions; on the other, the stirrings of Western fashion, music, and nightlife that slipped into Hungary through television, magazines, and imported trends. As a teenager, Anita was drawn to these cultural shifts. Fashion shows, glossy magazines, and Western films fascinated her. She carried herself with a natural poise, and many who knew her as a girl remembered her as ambitious, spirited, and possessing an early awareness of her striking beauty. The beginnings of a career. In the early 1990s, with Hungary opening its borders and shifting toward democracy and free markets, opportunities expanded. Young women from Budapest and other Central European cities began to pursue careers in modeling, acting, and entertainment, often with connections to Italy, France, and Germany. Anita Blond entered this world at just the right time. She began modeling in her late teens, quickly making an impression with her platinum blonde hair, graceful figure, and a magnetic smile that radiated charm. Choosing the professional name Anita Blond gave her an instantly memorable identity, one that reflected both her glamorous image and the modern sensibility of international fashion. Breakthrough in European glamour. By the mid-1990s, Anita Blond was gaining recognition across Europe. Her first significant work came through European magazines and calendars that celebrated glamour photography. These publications were in high demand in countries like Italy, Germany, and France, where the culture of fashion and beauty was flourishing. Anita's look was uniquely appealing. She had the sophisticated elegance of a high-fashion model but also carried the approachable warmth of the girl next door. This blend made her stand out in an industry that often leaned heavily toward unattainable perfection. Anita projected a more relatable beauty, which audiences connected to instantly. Her popularity soared in Italy, which at the time was one of the most important centers for glamour modeling. Italy's vibrant fashion scene, with its long tradition of beauty contests, fashion shoots, and glossy magazines, provided Anita with a platform that expanded her fame beyond Hungary. Italian fans adored her youthful look and her natural charisma, and she soon became one of the most recognizable figures in European glamour during the 1990s. Anita Blond in Italy, a star of the glamour boom. Italy played a key role in Anita Blond's rise. In the 1990s, Italian magazines, television programs, and photo studios frequently featured foreign models, particularly from Central and Eastern Europe, who brought a fresh presence to the country's fashion and entertainment industry. Anita appeared in numerous Italian glamour magazines, calendars, and photo features. These publications often highlighted her as the embodiment of a new era of beauty, modern, confident, and international. Her blonde hair, combined with her Eastern European roots, represented a fusion that Italians found both exotic and familiar. She also participated in televised features and modeling showcases that further cemented her status. While her career was primarily rooted in glamour modeling, Anita's popularity extended into broader Italian pop culture, where she was recognized as one of the faces of that decade's fascination with beauty and elegance. Style, persona, and public image. What set Anita Blond apart was not only her striking appearance but also the way she carried herself. Unlike some models who projected an aloof or distant persona, Anita was known for her approachable charm. She had a radiant smile and a presence that conveyed warmth and friendliness, which made her highly marketable and beloved by fans. Her style blended elements of sophistication with youthful energy. She could embody high-end European elegance in one moment, and in the next, appear playful and relatable. This versatility made her a favorite for photographers and editors who wanted to capture both glamour and accessibility in a single model. Challenges of fame and industry shifts. Like many figures who rose to fame during the 1990s, Anita Blonde experienced both the rewards and the challenges of sudden recognition. The industry in which she worked was competitive and ever-changing, with new models constantly arriving from across Europe. Maintaining visibility required constant travel, photo sessions, and public appearances. The late 1990s and early 2000s also brought a dramatic shift in media consumption. The internet began transforming how audiences engaged with fashion, beauty, and entertainment. Magazines and physical calendars, once the primary vehicles of fame, began losing ground to digital platforms. This shift led many models of Anita's generation to step away from the spotlight or transition into different careers. Later career and stepping back. By the early 2000s, Anita Blonde gradually moved away from full-time modeling. Her appearances in publications became less frequent, and she began leading a more private life outside of constant media attention. Unlike some who attempted to reinvent themselves through other entertainment ventures, Anita chose to step back and preserve her legacy rather than risk overexposure. This decision allowed her to maintain the aura of mystery and timelessness that surrounded her. Fans who remembered her from the 1990s continued to celebrate her as one of the defining icons of European glamour, while she herself avoided the burnout and controversies that often accompanied long-term fame. Personal life. Anita has always been private about her personal life. While her career put her in the public eye, she consistently drew a line between her professional identity and her personal world. This boundary helped her maintain dignity and privacy, even during the peak of her fame. Colleagues often described her as professional, punctual, and easy to collaborate with. Her reputation in the industry was one of kindness and reliability, qualities that earned her respect beyond her beauty. Legacy and influence. Anita Blonde remains a symbol of 1990s glamour. Her career coincided with a cultural moment when European beauty was celebrated worldwide, and she became one of the most recognizable Hungarian faces on the international stage. Her influence extended beyond her own work. By succeeding in Italy and across Europe, she demonstrated that Central and Eastern European models could compete and thrive internationally. She helped pave the way for later generations of Hungarian women in modeling, acting, and fashion, many of whom followed in her footsteps to build international careers. To fans, Anita Blonde represents an era of glossy magazines, photo spreads, and timeless European elegance. She remains a nostalgic figure for those who lived through the 1990s and continues to be rediscovered by new audiences who explore the icons of that time. Conclusion. Anita Blonde's story is one of beauty, professionalism, and quiet resilience. Born in Budapest during a period of political change, she rose to international fame in the 1990s, becoming one of the brightest stars of European glamour. Her career, particularly her work in Italy, made her an icon of elegance and charm. Though she stepped back from the spotlight in the early 2000s, her legacy endures. Anita Blonde remains remembered not only for her striking appearance but also for her grace, professionalism, and symbolic role as a Hungarian woman who conquered European glamour during its golden era. Her name, to this day, evokes the spirit of 1990s beauty, bold, radiant, and unforgettable.